Well, good evening, you guys. Hi. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. And tonight we are doing our March Madness, brought to you by Any Lab Test Now Eugene. We are having a giveaway where some lucky people, 10 of you, are going to win $100 gift cards to 5 different restaurants in town. And one of them is right here in downtown Springfield on Main Street. It's the Twistedriversaloon. And you guys, this used to be a strip club. No, I never came here. I am a dancer, but I don't dance like that. But it was a strip club back in the day, and then James Butts bought it, and recently, we'll talk to him about that, turned it into the Twistedriversaloon. It's right on Main, before you get to Lithia Toyota, on the street. But anyway, you guys, if you go to rickdancer.com and look under contests, there's a form on there. All you got to do is go enter someone's name and tell me why they should win a $100 gift card to one of the 5 different restaurants that we're working with. And the money came from a guy named Richard who owns Rogers Gardens in Springfield. He called me up and said, Rick, I want to give $1,000 to restaurants, and they can give it away to people to come in and eat. And I've got more people wanting to do the same thing. But I'll tell you, when you look at this place on the outside, it's just a little cinder block building. And the first time Kathy and I came here, we were like, I don't know. But then watch, when you go inside, they have outside seating, and then they have live music, and they put up a TV screen out here so you can watch it outside. Hold on, let me take you in here. So this is the Twisted River. Check this out. Isn't this awesome? So it's all redone. Where the dancers used to be is now where the musicians are. And we got a full lineup of, so they got seating in here. Pretty excited to be open. And here's their guys at the bar. There they are, the regulars. And then they got everything you need. Full bar, beer, good beer actually, because I come here on Friday. There she is. And then, of course, they have a full kitchen too. So they serve food for lunch and dinner. And come here, my man. Come here, James. So while I talk to you, I'm going to ask you. I'm just going to pin that on you.
Okay.
And if I can, I don't want to hurt you. I'm turn this around. You can pull your mask down if you want to while you're talking, because we're back away from other people. So show them who
freedom.
you are. I didn't know you had a beard.
Right? It's the face that nobody gets to see very often.
So how long have you owned this?
So actually, I had Twisted River open doors September 3rd of 2019. Prior to that, we ran 3 years as the man cave. Got rid of that to clean up downtown Springfield and help bring country music back to the local area and work with the community as far as cleaning up down here. So
you made the decision to get out of the strip club, and
when I originally took over the old 1444 club, the goal was to bring it to what it is today. The remodel for the man cave was designed to make it easier to transfer into this environment. That's why the stage was built the way it was, and so now it's perfect. It looks like the country bar and the country stage that I want, other than the chicken wire and all the signs and everything that needs to go around it. But I don't know if we're going to go that far with it.
So this was your dream, and you're having live music here.
Yes, live music. Trying to get it every weekend. Trying to find bands that haven't fell apart or given up on the industry. If anybody out there, country, southern rock, that's still together and wants to play, or even guys that were playing that don't have anybody to play with, I do have people that are looking to put bands together and get together and do jam sessions. I mean, it's that's what we're here for.
So why the country? Why is that such a big deal for you? Because you do draw quite a crowd. I mean, even in COVID times, you keep them separate, but you
right,
do draw. You
right.
You sell out for these things.
Right. And after Whiskey River closed down, there's nowhere to go. Before COVID hit, we were doing line dance lessons on Wednesdays. Looking at bringing that back. In order to do that, we're going to do it outside in our outdoor area. on Wednesday nights, and then doing singer and songwriter nights on Tuesdays with Jerry James. Friday nights are going to be kind of a free show, unless if I have to bring a band from out of town, or a band that depending on the fees that I get charged for the bands, kind of regulates what the price of tickets are, or cover, if we do cover charges.
So this is what you wanted to do, and it is country music.
It is country music.
So who was the guy that was playing last weekend? I was in here on, I can't remember what night it was, but it's this.
Friday night was Daniel Bakke.
He's good.
Local. He's in Oregon, a young man from Klamath Falls, graduated down from Klamath Union, lives local now. Super fantastic young man.
And he draws a crowd.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He's amazing.
They all know his songs, and he does a great show. He's a good entertainer.
His goal is, and then we're trying to get him back to Nashville to record another 4 songs. He's got songs out on Spotify, along with a few other people that we've had in. I'm trying to bring other artists in from out of town, along with our local bands. Trying to put food back on their table also, because I know it killed the music industry, it killed the restaurant and bar industry, and if we can bring it back, I'm going to do everything in my power. So
how difficult has this been on you guys?
Well, I had to take, the downtime, all my downtime, I've gone to working different jobs to make sure that my other bills on top of the bar got paid. And then the complete shutdowns, when we weren't allowed to do anything, really killed us. The monetary value is absurd, and I know I'm not the only one. It came, I'm glad to be back open. I'm glad to be going where we're headed. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, and we continue to work toward getting rid of these things.
Well, we hope. OSHA's looking at, we're having a show tomorrow night because OSHA's looking at making it permanent. What would that do to you guys? It just makes it harder to relate to your customers and stuff.
It makes it hard to relate to the customers. You can't be personable at all. There's no one-on-one feeling or anything. You're talking through a screen. People can't hear you. You can't hear them, and it's a huge burden. Huge burden.
So when you hear people, because I hear people all the time going, well, we're really sorry that the restaurants have had to close, and we should go in and buy food to go and do this. But this is your livelihood. I don't think people understand unless you're in it what this does every time.
No, and even going and doing the to-go food, yes, it helps, but the added cost for to-go containers and still not be able to run full bore like we were before, you don't know how much food to buy, how much are we wasting. Your waste goes up, your margins go down. Unfortunately, all your bills, utilities still want their money. Northwest Natural and Sub and all those guys still want their money. Your landlords want their money.
OLCC still wants its payment.
So right in the middle of this, OLCC decided to double, and all the bars and restaurants with a full license know that we went from $400 a year to $800 a year.
What?
Doubled.
When?
Last July 1st.
So then they shut you down, everybody down.
Yeah.
So you're paying double.
So they doubled their fees. Lane County did the same thing. The health department, depending on the number of seats, we went from paying $380 for our health department license to just under $800. And it's like, well, cost of living is only 3%. So how can they increase their fees so drastically? And
so when these groups say they're sorry, and it's really sad.
We take it to heart. And we understand, and I appreciate the gestures, and as everybody does. But without being open, there's nothing we can do.
So how does it help Friday for you guys that we're now in a low risk? So Friday, some places can add more people. For you, it doesn't really add anything.
So yeah, Fridays are great idea for big corporations, big restaurants that have the square footage.
The low rating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. The low rating. Friday when we go to low, dropping from moderate down to low, we'll be able to have our groups of 8 people again, which will help quite a bit. Keeps people from moving around a lot too inside when we try to keep them seated. So the 8-person groups staying open till midnight. I mean, I know most bars have seen this. COVID has changed the bar industry like no tomorrow, where most people now are home in bed at 10:30.
Right.
I mean, so being open till midnight, it's going to help. It's going to help a little bit, especially for bars and restaurants that have lottery. Unfortunately, I got a little battle going on. I gotta work that out. But it's going to allow, instead of having to have my bands start at 6 o'clock and people rush to get off work, go home, clean up, and get down here, we'll start our bands at 7 and go till 11 instead of 6 to 10 and still get a 4-hour show in. So that's going to help a lot.
If you could talk to the governor, and what would you say? Ask her about next time there's any. I won't even get any farther. You just go ahead. What would you say?
Show me the science that you're following, because there is none. And these, I'm sorry, I spent 8 years in chemical and biological warfare, and these do nothing. They're sneeze catchers. That's it. I get the catch the spit as it comes out of your mouth and whatnot, but the molecules that they're talking about, that the size of COVID is, these aren't doing nothing. And I know a lot of people will argue that you go to a biological warfare facility, they're not wearing these. They're suited up in full suits, taped up, rubber masks, sealed to their face. The only air they're breathing is coming from a filtration canister on their back. So show me the science. It's not there.
And it puts you at risk of business.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're the person. There's a lot of people that can complain or say what you're saying or say the opposite. But that's what I kept saying to people. What do you own a restaurant?
Right,
do you own a restaurant?
Right. You know, I guess the biggest thing is the word of the year should be essential. Why is anybody more essential than the other? Really, we're not. We're all humans. We're all here. We may have different purposes throughout our day, but between family, friends, ourselves, putting food on the table, roofs over our heads, of ourselves and others, everybody's essential to somebody. And my bartenders and everybody are essential to me. I'm essential to them. There's nobody that's more essential than the other. So I guess when we figure out what the word essential means, that'll answer a lot of things.
So what are you famous for here? Like your food? What are the things that I've seen your burgers and they're like really good.
The burgers go crazy. All our meats are local, from Childers. Burgers are all grass fed. Beef, our bacon sourced locally from Childers also. So the burgers are all good. I don't think we have a bad burger. Our nachos are crazy.
Your chicken barbecue wrap is.
Well,
then they put blue cheese on that.
Yeah,
that's like really.
That's a good one. That's a special that we do every now and then. So if you see it on the menu, if you see it on our Facebook page, definitely try to come in and try it.
I came in on the right day.
Yeah, absolutely. Our Taco Tuesdays are always good. We always have our pork tacos on Tuesday, but then our added taco, specialty taco, usually kills it every week. And if you're not here by 7 o'clock, they're usually gone. And I try to change it up to where it's either chicken on one Tuesday, and then it goes to a tri-tip or a beef. It'll never be ground beef. Yeah, either a flat iron steak, kind of carne asada style, or a tri-tip taco on the off Tuesdays.
Was he cooking something in there?
He might be. He's putting together a wrap and burger.
Okay, I think so. All right, guys. So here. Just hands down. Oh, here, I'll show you the burger. Oh, yum. That looks so good. All right. Okay, guys, we're at the Twisted River Saloon in Springfield, Oregon, and you guys can nominate somebody to get a $100 gift card right here. We're giving away 2 from here, thanks to Rogers Gardens. A bunch of other restaurants involved. We'll be at Gryffs Pub next Wednesday. I think we've got everybody else covered. And there you go. So again, I'm going to show you one more time, a little bit on the inside here. You're not in the witness protection program, are you?
Not that I know of.
Well, if you are, you just got outed. I'm really sorry.
I saw you doing this on Facebook.
Oh, you were
watching the show all the time. I'm like, he's down there. I gotta go. I have to go.
Okay, come here. So tell them who you are.
My name is Don.
Oh, I know who you are. I see your comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
so
always on
I
here.
posted earlier that best show you've ever had when you were talking about that woman. Should I look here or here? Look
No, right
here.
there. You're fine.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
That guy said that his daughter killed herself.
So we were talking about gun.
Right.
We were talking about the gun stuff going on.
Yes.
And then Tim Baker came on, and his daughter took her life with a gun.
Dude, and you kind of slowed up, and I could see that was really hitting you pretty hard. And you know, and I love that you drop F-bombs, okay, the freedom of speech, okay, but your show's great, and I watch them all the time, and that was a really good show. It's very powerful about the things you said about the government and gun control and the things. And then when that guy, I think it was Timothy, posted, that was amazing. So I hadn't met you when you were running for Secretary of State.
That was a long time ago.
In Alton Baker Park. Okay?
Okay.
And you're like, and we were talking, and I said, we were talking about something. He said, yeah, you want to be in my TV commercial? And I said, I'm the last guy you want in your TV commercial because I'm not the best guy in the world.
He's opinionated. Well, that's okay. Don, I'm glad you came down. I'm going to show the rest of this place and get out of this. All right, you guys. So yeah, that's Don. He was tuning in earlier today. We had a discussion with people.
Put that on there, did you?
Yeah, you were live.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no, it's live. I can't control what you do. Yeah, that's why it works. That's why it works. So
yeah, one other thing also is March Madness is going on with our NCAA teams, and as you can see, as Rick walks around here, we do have
a couple of TVs,
a few TVs that can be changed to whatever channel. I try to have each and every one of them on a different channel, if possible, unless the Ducks are playing. The Ducks are always on all TVs.
Yeah, so don't come here if you're watching something else.
Yeah, sorry, Beaver fans. Unless the Ducks are off and the Beavers can play. Good luck to both those teams in the Sweet 16, by the way. And hope to see everybody and anybody down here. Come check us out. Band nights are kind of crazy until COVID's over. We do sell the bands by the table. If you follow us on Facebook, we'll post them up usually 2 weeks in advance of when the show is. Ticket prices do vary depending on the fee and where the bands are coming from. But yeah,
right,
I appreciate you.
No, thanks, and thanks to Rogers Gardens, man. They're the people. I'm going to walk
thanks,
out here
Robert.
and say a couple more things, and I'll get get back in here and say goodbye. All right, so let me get out here so I can get this mask off. Okay, hold on. So again, the Twisted River Saloon. So again, on the outside, you don't judge a book by its cover. It's kind of funny little old place, you know, and you don't expect much. But when you go inside, and Kathy and I can be found here on the weekend sometimes, like having a beer. It's a really fun place, and the people are super, super nice. What I love about doing live work is what Don just did there. He's just talking, had no idea he was on live. But it's just real stuff, real people, and we're not editing it, we're not making it sound like what we want it to sound like. It just sounds like real life. If you guys want to go to our YouTube page, this will be on our YouTube page as well as always there, because Facebook, it gets kind of lost sometimes. Share it on your Facebook page with other people. Let them know about this. And please go to rickdancer.com to nominate somebody for the two different gift cards, $100. And we got 5 restaurants involved in this. Gryffs, Addi's, Twisted River. I'm putting myself to the test. They're all Springfield. I did Gryffs. Oh, Pig&Turnip and Addi's. I said Addi's. There's one more, and I'll fill it in. And then we want to thank all of our sponsors, and we mostly got to thank Richard over at Rogers Gardens. So if you're looking for plants for this spring, I would go to a guy who you know is sponsoring stuff like this and willing to give $1,000 to restaurants and people to make good. All right, I'm Rick Dancer. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about OSHA and its plans to promote. It's talking about making the mask thing and some of the other rules permanent. And but with the idea that, you know, you could get rid of it at some time if you want to. But as most people know, in Oregon, when there's a law, it never goes off the books. So we're going to talk to an expert about that, and we'll show you how you can get involved. If you think that's a good idea, you can do something. If you think it's a bad idea, we'll show you what you can do as well. All right, I'm Rick Dancer. We'll see you tomorrow.